by in referring to Irish people as anti-immigration or as racists. Again, the Irish people are not against immigration. What they're against is unvetted immigration. What they are against is what has led to the situation and the events that took place on Thursday. The concerns of the Irish people. They could see this coming from a mile away and they spoke about it for months upon months upon months, maybe even a year. And what happened is a reflection of that. And why I say people can't refer to the Irish people as racist or anti immigrants, right? I think maybe we're forgetting that just a couple of weeks ago, the very same country that you want to brand as anti immigration or racist country are the same people that took to the streets to protest in solitude for Palestine, for all of the Palestinians that are being murdered right now. They are the very same people that took to the streets in solitude when the George Floyd incident happened, in solitude for all black people, for all people of color, for all migrants, the very same people that took to the streets in hundreds and thousands and challenged their governments and challenged everything on our behalf. They were an ally to us. How big of a spit in the face do you think it is to then turn around and label this country as a racist country or as a country that is anti-immigration or not a safe place for migrants, when they have fought for our rights and they have fought with us in order for us to achieve a better living standard? And now the Irish people are faced with a situation where they can't even afford homes within their own countries. They don't have proper health care within their own country. They don't have the resources when it comes to mental health, which is a big, big, big issue as a consequence of everything that's taken place over the past couple of years. People's mental health are deteriorating. And the lack of support and service has led to multiple suicides. These are the things Irish people are facing and living with daily. You've got mothers with children living in hotels for years, no place to cook, no security for their children, no sense of home. You've got a situation where the Irish people are essentially being deprived of the basic needs of humans to survive and thrive, for an environment, for a society to thrive, for young children to grow up in and thrive. And so when they take to the streets to protest, and unfortunately, we had a situation where a small minority of people took advantage of a tragic situation of what happened to that family, and they took advantage of it and went and caused chaos. But that was also built up anyways. You could see that coming from a mile away also. But that does not reflect the Irish people. It does not reflect the interest of the Irish people. It does not reflect the struggles that the Irish people are going through, because there are real struggles. And the media is doing a fantastic job to deflect from that. And so are some government officials, because they need to be held accountable for their actions. These things happen as a consequence of their inaction, as a consequence of their lack of care, the lack of prioritizing the needs of the Irish citizens. And what bothers the Irish people, and if you sit back and you ask yourself logically, let's think about this logically and put yourself in their shoes. If in my own country I can't get the basic needs and all the things that I need, but other people can come into my country and get it, do you think I would be happy? And I know many people may say, oh, but that's not the case. And I'm going to say, do a little bit more research on the situation and find out a little bit more. Talk to the people that are actually working in a lot of these areas where what I am talking about is going on, what the Irish people are talking about is going on. There's so much evidence out there, but the media isn't going to showcase that, and they're going to put it aside. So for us, I think it's not our place to start bringing up. I've never used this word in dealing with these conversations, but it's not our place to use a race card and try to deflect from the situation where the Irish people need our support. They need unity more than ever. And the things that they're fighting for are things that we should also be fighting for, because it's in our best interest also. I know plenty of migrants that are stuck in hotels also. Plenty of families that grew up here. We're all going to have children. We're all going to have our families growing up in this country too. If these things are not looked after for them, what do you think are going to be the repercussions for us? So we have to look at these things, and unity is called upon more than anything. And the events that took place are tragic and it's sad. one of the things I will say to some of those young people and the people that led them in that direction of attacking the police and the Gardaí, you made a terrible mistake because you're attacking your own. That doesn't hurt the government. It doesn't affect the government, and you've actually hurt your own. That's somebody's father. That's somebody's brother. That's somebody's uncle. That's somebody's grandfather. Um, and you're after attacking one of your own, which makes no sense. But that's what happens when people are led, um, when the youth are taken advantage of and led down the wrong situation, and all of their rage, anger, and emotion, the abandonment that they feel they have from the state, the abandonment that they feel they have from their own Irish government. That's what that reaction is. And so, as much as you can blame them, a higher level of accountability, I think, has to go towards who is responsible for creating the environment that people can react that way. And it's the actions and the lack of actions from the Irish government. And we cannot, and I stress it because I have a lot of young people that watch me on this, and I'm not somebody that's going to do that. I've made that mistake in the past of saying Ireland is a racist country. No, Ireland is not a racist country. Ireland is a country that is very welcoming and open. Ireland is a country that loves multiple cultures. But Ireland is also a country that wants security and safety for their own people too, which is a fair demand. Ireland is a country that wants security, and that security is not only for them, but it's for everybody that's occupied. Everybody. So it's a time where we need unity and not division. Don't buy into the narratives that the media is portraying, and we should have empathy. I look at it from a position of, the Irish people have supported us in so many things. This is a country that's offered me a lot of resources. So I must empathize with the people whose country I'm in. I have to walk a mile in their shoes. And anybody who cannot relate to that and you can't feel some sort of way for what the Irish people are going through, what has led those reactions from people out there, then I'd say to you, you haven't walked a mile in their shoes and you're so more disconnected from the community and the country than possible. Um, because these demands, I wouldn't even call them demands, but these things that the Irish people are facing right now and the difficulties that they're facing, um, it's tragic, it's horrible across all the board, across all the board. And so we must do better. We must unite and work as one. That's what I would say. And don't buy into the narrative that the media is portraying out there. Don't buy into the narratives of these government officials that are trying to cover their own backs at the expense of causing more disunity and causing more hatred amongst the people. We don't need it.